Hello, everyone, and this is Jace LeJeune from Gridiron Football here for another edition of our Gridiron Football Player of the Week interview. We announced who the winner was last night live on our YouTube channel, and we do this the last couple of weeks. And I just have to say that this week's winner for Week 11 goes to Jewel Sumner High School and goes to their star running back and linebacker Jahmon Slicing Dyson. It's like Grand Chasteray with Gridiron Football. Also, I gotta give him credit for the nickname as well. I think y'all gotta start getting that nickname trademarked early on with the Slice and Dyson. All right, what are your thoughts about that nickname, Coach? Is that a good nickname for him?
Yeah, we kind of been messing with him all day. Everybody at the school is calling him Slice and Dyson right now. So I think he's kind of embracing it. I don't know how he feels about it, but he smiles every time they say it though. So
What are your thoughts on that nickname, Jamon? I mean, would you rather a different nickname, or do you think that nickname's catching on, or what do you think about that?
I think it's catching on. It's all right though.
It's all right. Okay, I like it. But I mean, he was pretty much slicing dice, and whether it was on offense or on defense, just we'll rattle off his numbers too, just as a recap, right? So he did on both ways: 4 tackles, a TFL, 2 interceptions, including a 60-yard, 68-yard pick six, had 25 yards rushing, 2 catches, pretty much almost had 100 yards, 96 to be precise, including a 63-yard touchdown. So 2 touchdowns, one on offense, one on defense. And I believe he had the other big reception, right? Set him up another touchdown, which was the 3 touchdowns y'all had, 18-14. It was a close one over South Beauregard. And with this young man's effort, I'm not sure if y'all going to be in the next round without his performance that night.
yeah, I definitely agree with that. We knew he would probably have a good game, but we weren't expecting that type of game. He showed up, and we tell our players all the time. Big time players make big time plays in big time games. So he showed up. And I don't think we would advance to the next round without him. A performance like that. So kudos
Absolutely.
to you, Mon.
Kudos from your head coach. That's what you want to hear. Get the game ball, right? I'm sure you got the game ball for sure after Friday night. And Jamal, talk about your performance. Did you feel good coming in about this type of game, or how confident were you that you could have a performance like that?
I feel good. I just wanted to play hard for our seniors because I didn't want it to be our last game, so I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, coach, and that's something that we can talk about too. He's still a young guy. I believe he's only class of 2026, so that'll put him as a sophomore. So what can you say about really the potential for this young man and what he's capable of in the near future?
Yeah, he is young. And last year, he actually started a bunch of games for us on defense. And I think did you finish the year with 2 interceptions?
Yeah.
I think he had 2 interceptions last year, but he didn't play that much offensively. So I kind of knew he would be solid on defense. Offensively, he's been a huge surprise in a good way. I knew he was going to be all right, but as the season kept going on, he kept getting better and better. So we kept feeding him the ball more and more. But he makes plays. He's one of those guys we got to get the ball to him. You know, as many times as we can just for him to make plays. He's a special player on the football field. And, his recruitment process hasn't really started because he was a freshman, but it's going to start now after him being a sophomore and having performances like that. So we're excited about the future.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're really excited, and he's a pretty good sized kid for his age, right? But about 6 foot around that, 180 pounds around that,
Yeah, he might be 6'1". He's pretty tall. What are you, six
six
one,
one.
about 180?
I'm like 6 foot, 180. I know
Okay.
180.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That
Mm-hmm.
age to be that big at that age right now. Yeah, and also where do you stack this performance, Jamon, as far as like your best game so far in your career? Was that your best game if you had to say?
Yes, sir. This is the best game.
And you make like Coach mentioned, you played defense last year, right? As a ninth grader, and you come in and play more offense. So how does playing defense help you make that transition to offense, knowing that you pretty much know as a DB what the receivers run, and I'm sure that really helps you both on both sides of the football playing both ways.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Not really?
um,
Just let your athletic ability take over, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's pretty natural to you, man. So how long have you been playing football, John?
I'm playing football since 7.
Okay.
I'm playing both sides too.
Okay. I have to ask you this since you play defense and offense. If you're up to you and you tell coach like I want my only option on this side of the football, or you're a defensive guy or you're an offensive
I think I know the answer to this, but let's see. So,
guy.
I think defense more funner, but I like the score too. I like the score, so I really don't know. I like
Are
both
you are
sides.
you most sat are you more satisfied in getting an interception and picking off fooling the quarterback, getting a big turnover for your team, or catching a touchdown pass on offense? What do you rather?
I like catching a touchdown.
Catching a
that's what I would
touchdown?
say. I think he likes the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and take me through because you had a touchdown in two different ways. You had a touchdown on offense, a touchdown on defense. First, take me through the pick six. What you saw there that allows you to make that play and get a touchdown for your team on defense.
We already knew that like they do like little pop passes. So I'm focused on the pop pass. So I see him coming up. I also see somebody coming across. So I started coming down a little bit on him, and they threw it to him. It went right to me, and I just took off.
Yeah, for sure, for certain. And then what about the offensive touchdown you scored on? What stood out most about that play?
Um, so we always do well. So I went around and he was coming, but he threw it like it was a good throw by a quarterback. So when I caught it, I just ran. I just made a cut. Then I was looking this way, but I cut at the same time. So I cut and I just ran. Then my blockers came from way down the field and started blocking for me.
And this was on fourth down. It was fourth and
Okay.
about 12 toward the end of the game. I think it was 3 or 4 minutes to go left in the game. So we needed a play. So we dialed his number and he came through. And I looked up and I thought he was just getting the first down. And then I realized, man, he's still running. And I'm like, he's still running. And he made a couple of guys miss. And next thing I know, he's in the end zone.
I really thought I was going to go down though because he grabbed me. I thought I was going down. But I came back up and just made a big play.
Well, that's awesome. And you had another big play. I know, Coach, you asked me when you submitted it, you mentioned this as part of it as well. The third touchdown, he didn't score the third touchdown, but he set the offense up to get it. So take me through that play, Coach, and what exactly was the scenario during that time?
I think it was jet pass. Yeah. It was a play action pass, and he went right down the seam. Quarterback made a good throw, and he made a good catch, and he almost scored there. I think he kind of had to lay out to catch it. So he ended up falling on the 1 yard line. He would have scored though if he could have kept his feet under him because he was behind the defense. So that was about a 40-yard play right there.
Yeah, very impressive, Coach. Talk about this version of the team overall. I know you've been there for a while. I know this is your ninth year, correct, Coach?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
at Jewel Sumner.
Yes, and going into the year, we're young. We were very young. We only have 6 seniors, and right out of those 6, going into the year, we had 3 of them that were starting. So we started 11 sophomores are starting right now. So we knew we were a very young team, and they're talented. They're very talented. In middle school, they went undefeated. They went undefeated in JV. So we knew they were going to be good. They just didn't have the game experience. So we kind of, especially I would say early on, we lost a game or 2 we probably shouldn't have lost. But we learned from it. We kept getting better, kept growing as a team. And, now you see the results. We've gotten better every week. And, those kids who it was new being a starter for them or have 7 or 8 games, 10 games under the belt, so they're not really new right now, so it makes a difference. But it's a great group. And the good thing is the future is very bright because, like I said, we start 11 sophomores right now. Those guys are going to be juniors next year. And then 2 years are going to be seniors. And he just it's a great class.
Yeah, and one of them sitting right by you. Obviously her player of the week, and obviously there's a big game. There's the playoffs. I mean, all the games are big, right? You're coming off a playoff win. I know Jahmon played a big part in y'all getting that win, but it's all about no matter how ugly or pretty it looks, it's just about winning and advancing, surviving and advancing. And now this is a very intriguing playoff matchup. that I saw against Amy, because y'all actually played Amy just a couple weeks ago, and y'all were able to defeat Amy at the end of the regular season. So, how big of a win that was, to set y'all on course to the playoffs, and knowing that y'all going to play them again and have that confidence that say, hey, we beat them before and we're capable of beating them again.
Like you said, it was a huge win for us. It kind of set the tone going into the playoffs. But with that being said, it's hard to beat a team twice, and I want the kids to understand that, so we've been preaching to them, but I think they feel like going into it, they feel very confident right now because they beat them. I just don't want to look ahead and think it's going to be the same, because we're going to get Amy's best, and that's expected. They do a great job over there. Coach Powell does a great job over there. So we're going to get their best, and we're looking forward to it. But we're excited. I know they're excited because we're only 15 minutes apart, if that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a rival game too. So like when we play Amy, when we play Kentwood, those are big rival games. They know us, we know them. So we're excited to have the opportunity to play them.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be the biggest game in the area there. And it's great to see, because usually at this point in the playoffs, you have teams that pretty much have to travel all the way up north or travel all the way down south, and it's good to see some of these close rivalries, and even in the playoffs, and seeing that, because they all just playing before. Jahmon, when you realize that's the team y'all had to play Amy, how excited were you guys knowing that, hey, this is a very talented team. We know that, but we beat them before. We have a chance to beat them again, knowing that's, like Coach mentioned, 15 minutes away. So how excited are you to play against the Amy Warriors in the playoffs again?
I'm excited. I like to play against a hard team, and we just got confidence we're gonna beat them, because we did it before, so we just got to do it again. And then a lot, like, even our people at our school, like, they doubted this, so that made us go harder to win the first time. So we just got to do it again for everybody.
And I know, Jamal, it's probably pretty cool knowing you know a lot of these guys at Amy. Like I said, it's like 15 minutes away from y'all. So I'm sure there's a lot of guys on Amy's team that junior teammates know a lot and grew up with. So how excited you are knowing that pretty much the whole town's going to be there watching that game.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited.
And it's
I
going to
think
be
it'll be
tomorrow.
a packed house. It'll definitely be a packed house.
Oh yeah, absolutely, coach, for sure. What do you think, or like the keys to the game? Like anything that worked for y'all the first go around that could carry over and help y'all once more.
Yeah, I mean, on offense, we're wing T, so we're a running football team. We have to be able to control the clock and control the game, get first downs. Amy's one of those teams. They're very explosive. So if you keep giving them the ball and you give them opportunities, they're going to make plays, because they have 5 or 6 guys who can take it to the house on any given play. So the game plan is pretty much going to be the same as it was the first time. We have to control the clock, get first downs, don't give them the big play, play good defense, play good special teams, and get to the fourth quarter, right there, and just win in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean it's going to come down to that, and for y'all being at playoff mode too, right? Y'all pretty much in playoff mode. You can probably say going back to second half of the season, right? It's just
Yeah.
kind of when you go in district play, you're pretty much in that mode already. So you get that win against Amy, get that win against South Beauregard, and what does that mean for the team, knowing that it probably wasn't easy, or there was a lot of adversity in that game, and that have that help y'all moving forward?
Oh, it was big. And I would say, I saw the transition probably after week 2, because we started the season 0-2. And like I said, we're a very young football team, and we played Kentwood week 2. Right after being
Right.
0-2, and we played Kentwood, and Kentwood's very talented. They have 15 seniors, so we knew going into the game, it's going to be tough. But we went toe to toe with them, and with 4 or 5 minutes to go in the game, it was a 1 possession game, and we had a chance at the end of the game to even tie it up. So after that game, I just saw the confidence build throughout our team, especially with the young guys. They realized, man, we can play and beat anybody if we show up. So that was probably the turning point, and from that point on, everybody we played, we've been right there. Like Bugaloosa's got a great team. We were right there at the end with them. Even Pine, Pine beat us, but we were right there at the end. Had a chance at the end of the game. So since that point, I feel like it's been a different team.
Yeah, you mentioned Pine and Bogalusa. I mean, those are really good football teams and teams that they could have deep playoff runs as well when we talk about at the end of it. So, and y'all finished pretty strong with 3 straight wins since then. So, it's really been kind of like the ebbs and flows of football and throughout the whole season. So, yeah, Coach, just about Jewel Sumner, just talk about the community, the program, because I feel like in the area, everybody talks about Amy, Kentwood. Those are first kind of like the names that pop up to mind, but Jewel Sumner has really flown under the radar as a program the last decade. What can you say just about the program and just what makes this unique and why this is really a sleeping giant when it talks about in the area?
Well, we are in between Amity and Kentwood, but we're kind of a country school. So like our
Mm-hmm.
kids spread out everywhere. So that you might have a kid that lives on one end that's in our zone, and he's an hour from the person that lives on the other end. But they come together. They put in the work. They've been working their butts off, and we've been building the program. Luckily, we have good kids like Jahmon Dyson coming through. And I think the sky's the limit for our program. I think we're just going to keep getting better and better. And like you said, we kind of been flying under the radar. I think we're coming out very soon.
And this could be big too, obviously, especially get the win over Amy on Friday, and that can really help catapult y'all as far as like a run to the dome after that, if y'all are able to win on Friday and repeat. Coach, what do you have to say about Jahmon? I know this is kind of like the player of the week, and a lot of spotlight on Jahmon. He's still only a sophomore, but it's never too early to start promoting him and to start like kind of the recruiting process for him. So, what is your message to college coaches on why they should recruit this young man early on?
Well, first of all, he's a high character individual, and he does great in the classroom. I think he has a 3.5, 3.6 GPA right now. So the grades are there, and that's priority for him. So he'll definitely have an opportunity. As far as on the football field, I mean, man, he can run. He's got good size. He's got good speed. He puts in the work in the weight room in the off season. As long as he continues to do that, I feel like sky's the limit, and he's got a choice to make because he's a good basketball player too. But
Oh, isn't that right?
yeah, he's making a lot of plays on football. It might be hard for him to pass up that football, but
Okay,
he's just a great athlete, and he's going to continue to get better and better as long as he puts forth the work. And I know he's going to do that.
absolutely. Jamon, what position you play on the basketball court?
I play point guard.
Okay, point guard. So you're pretty much like running the show, huh? On the basketball court, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, pretty much same question I asked Coach Curry Jamon. So for you, what is your message to college coaches? Like, I mean, as far as like if you want to play football at the next level, why should colleges recruit a player like you?
Because I have good grades. I feel like I'm a good player. I'm young right now, so I still got 2 years left,
Hmm.
and then I think I get better and better each year.
Absolutely. Are you calling your shot for Friday night, or want to see a couple pick sixes, 2 touchdown catches? You kind of have a prediction for Friday, or not really?
I feel like we're gonna win. I feel like I'm gonna do a good
That's
job.
what's
I hope.
important.
Yeah, we got a good team, so I feel like everybody gonna if they do their job, we'll win.
Coach, that's a smart answer. I know that you taught him right there. It's like I don't care, we gotta win the game. So I love that, Coach. That was perfect. So gotta give a major shout out too before we wrap up to the Jewel Sumner community. We had 10 top 10 we had the other day. We had players from Texas, Louisiana, and Alabama on that list. And the Jewel Sumner community, we based it off votes on who gets number one, and they went up and beyond, out and beyond. 20,713 votes to this
Wow.
man right here to get our number one spot. So, what do you have to say about the community just really supporting this young man and voting for this young man to win Player of the Week?
I mean, I feel like the community, they support the sports, and especially him. He's well known. Everybody kind of knows him. He's well liked. Very popular guy. But yeah, I mean, the community, like they get behind the school and they'll get behind the sports and all the players. So, you know, kudos to them for coming out and voting and supporting them. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, Jahmon. What are your thoughts? Give a shout to anybody that's helped you be in the position that you are in today, and just really everybody that voted for you to win Player of the Week.
First off, I want to thank God, and I think my coaches, they pushed me in the weight room. And then I want to thank my teammates. They pushed me too. And then we got a good team, so we got a lot of good players on our team, and can't do it by yourself. So, and I think the whole school was voting, and people on Facebook, they follow my mama. Everybody was voting. So,
Yeah, I'm sure mom was going to vote a million times if she had to. So I knew she definitely was going to do that. Well, guys, appreciate it. Thanks for taking time y'all day. I know y'all busy prepping for a meet on Friday. And coach, any last minute shout out as far as like Cowboy fans? I know is at a meet, right? For Friday.
Correct.
So
Correct.
yep. Just for anybody that wants to go and support y'all on the road on Friday. Any last message fans to Cowboy Nation?
Yeah, just any Cowboy fans out there, just come out and support us and be loud. You know, Cowboy
Absolutely.
up. And Jace,
Cowboy up.
I just want to thank you everything you do for high school sports. We appreciate it. You do a great job. Just keep doing it. So
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
I appreciate the kind words, Coach. Check's gonna be in the mail, I guarantee it. So yeah, that'll be coming in. But
Okay.
I appreciate
Thanks.
it. I appreciate Coach, Coach Ross Currier, and of course, Jahmon Dyson. Slice and Dyson now is the nickname that we at Gridiron going to give him. That's for certain. So congratulations to Jahmon Dyson for winning Gridiron Football Week 11 Player of the Week, and good luck to the Cowboys on Friday against the A Meat Warriors.